Hey Toolerinos, I haven't done a tool haul video in a while, so I thought I'd try to knock one out. I need to get some more of this stuff filmed so I can get it put away and put it into service or display or whatever I do with it. So all this stuff came from a recent trip to Canton, Ohio, with the exception of the Hacksaw Blades that are all connected with a piece of coat hanger wire. Those came from Habitat for Humanity, but I wanted to include them in here because people don't think of Hacksaw Blades as being cool, but these are cool. So let's get to it. Alright, first bigger item is a saw set. It says E.C. Stearns and Company, Syracuse, New York, established 1864, made in USA. It works, just needs a cleanup. I'm starting to have quite a bit of a collection of these sorts of things, so why not add another one? I picked up this no-name, probably foreign made, but nice and tight, little pliers. I'm going to give these to my daughter because she likes to dabble with making jewelry, and I think those would be handy for that. Here's a cool item. On this side here it says Yankee. Hopefully you can see that. And there's a patent number there. So I'll look up the patent. But on this side it says Stanley, made in USA, number 3600. It is a ratcheting super shallow screwdriver, and you can switch it so it goes the other way, and then has a knurled section here so you can spin it with your fingers, and then this pops out so that you can put different bits in there. But look at the size of that bit. It's kind of a specialty bit. Gotta keep my eyes out for more of those, because this seems like a tool that could come in really handy sometimes. This could save you. Picked up a whole pile of these gaskets. I think they're sink gaskets or something. 65 cents. How could you go wrong? I got a little brush for cleaning. It was $1. Some hinges. New in box, $1.75. Just stores. Right, Reggie? Speaking of random bags of hardware to go through, which will come in useful for this cabinet, this drawer set. Picked this up. It was marked $40. I offered $30 and they took it. It's 3 drawers. Each drawer has 5 bays. So it's $10 a drawer, $2 a bay. It's very stout, very well made. Definitely feels like roughly World War II or maybe 1950s era. Lots of spot welds holding it all together, and it's very heavy. So I'm sure I can make some plates to go in there and make dividers for sorting hardware or consumables for use on the bench or something. Set these aside for a moment. Alright, any of you guys out there a mason, or were a mason, or know a mason, or anybody know what these things are? It says by Marshalltown, and this one's adjustable, though the wings have broken off of this, and it's all, you know, messed up with cement. And then there's this piece, made in USA, and there's some sort of number there. Maybe that'll be readable on camera, but clearly they're mason's tools because they're covered in mortar or cement, but I have no idea what to do with them, and I haven't looked it up. So if anybody knows or wants to share, let me know in the comments, please. I grabbed this made in USA 11-piece hex key wrench set, hardened, plated, tempered alloy tool steel. I'm having a hard time believing that based on what they look like, but maybe they're good. I'll have to see. If they were really so great, you'd think there'd be a name brand on it, right? And then this looked interesting. It says Unbreako, I think. SPS down here. Jenkintown, Pennsylvania, I think it says down here. Standard Pressed Steel Company. Oh, that's what SPS stands for. Huh? Standard Pressed Steel Company. Keyfold number 2. And inside, you know, it's hex keys. But then it's kind of breaks down. PhD socket head cap screws 1960 series. Socket head cap screws, socket set screws, dimensions across flats. So it gives you all these interesting pieces of information. So I thought, well, that's kind of cool. I could probably fill it up with some Allen wrenches. I'm sure I've got piles of them. Alright, on to the hacksaws. I know what you're thinking. Hacksaws can't be cool. They're consumables. You use them and throw them away, right? Well, hold that thought. This is Morse Hacksaw Blades, made in USA. And on the back it says Canton, Ohio. So I gotta look them up. I wonder if they're still in business or if this is really old, new old stock. It can't be really old. It's in a flexible plastic container, right? And of course this one's awesome. Nicholson, made in USA. It says flexible molybdenum. So I thought that was interesting. This one still has a bit of paper on it. It says Simmons Saw and Steel Company, Fitchburg, Massachusetts. So that's cool. And then this one just says Barnes. It's stamped in the metal. Rocket, high-speed steel, Barnes, USA. But then on this one that just had Barnes stamped on the one end, here it says made in Detroit, USA. Hopefully you guys can read that. So that's kind of interesting. Not sure I've got much from Detroit. Okay, so now this came from Habitat for Humanity, and it was $3. So this one here is a Craftsman. Semi-flexible tungsten alloy steel, made in Sweden. So that's interesting. This one, Stanley, made in USA, hard teeth flexible. This one says, at this end it's upside down, Simmons, USA. And there we go, Diston, USA, high-speed steel. So I thought, man, that's pretty cool. Diston hacksaw blades. And this one says, Star Molyflex, high-speed steel. Clemson Brothers, Incorporated, Middletown, New York, USA. And there's a patent number. This one says Milford Durlex, USA. If it comes out there. There we go. Never heard of that one. Here's a different one. It says, come on. It says Spartan Cutal. Kutal. Spartan Cutal. And this one says, it's finally stamped over here. It says Diston, USA. Another Diston. Alright, so lots of Distons at the end. And then we get to these really big ones. And it's a Diston. High-speed steel. And it's really thick. It's like an inch thick. Really heavy. And the other big one here is also a Distin. And then there's these other ones, they're like 3/4 of an inch thick, or 3/4 of an inch tall. And they're not quite as thick as those Distins, but real faintly stamped in one of them I can see it says Victor. So there you go. So there you go. Can hacksaw blades be cool? Yes, I think they can.